Welcome back, Embers, or if you're new here, welcome to the Campfire Crew. My name is Stone, my pronouns are they, them, and as you can tell by the title, I am doing, first of all, my first ever palette bingo, but also my first collab on this channel. I am so excited. So if you've never heard of a palette bingo before, basically you take one palette, randomize a certain amount of shades from it, and you have to use all those shades to make an eyeshadow look. So today, me and the collaborator for this, Amie Melissa, are going to be working on the Leppard palette. So before we get into that, let me just say, if you happen to see this video before you see Amy's video, or if you've never heard of Amie Melissa before, they are an awesome content creator I discovered last year. They're especially perfect if you like chatty get ready with yous, if you like long form content, if you really like to get to know your content creators as people. They're absolutely perfect for that. And they're also doing a lot of project panning content focused on getting through their collection and seeing what they like and don't like, and kind of decluttering that way using project panning. So if you're interested in any of that, or just like the most adorable, sweet person, you definitely have to go check them out. Link in the description, obviously. And yeah, today we are working on the Leppard palette. So this is a palette that I knew that they had because I've seen her do a video, a palette bingo on this before, and I just so happened to get as a handy down. So I thought this would be perfect. And I will get mushy about the fact I'm doing this collab later when I get my looks. So this is the palette. We're gonna start from 1, 2, and then across that way, top to bottom. And we've decided to only do 4 shades. I know that this creator and a lot of other creators I've seen do this kind of video do 5 shadows, but we're gonna do 4. I will be right back with the 4 shadows that I am rolling in. I cannot show you me rolling them because I film on my phone, and I'm also going to be using my phone to figure out the numbers, but I will get them and I will be right back, and then we'll get into it. I'm so freaking excited. I'm trying not to make this intro long as hell. So I have generated the numbers and I am reading them from my wrist because that's where I wrote them down. You can see kind of right here that I wrote them down because I am forgetful. So we got, first we rolled 12, then 13, then 3, then 11, which is kind of crazy. So it means 3, 11, 12, 13. Weird numbers to pick, but we'll see what those are. I only really know what number 1 is in this palette. So 3 is this one. So 1, 2, 3. Then we've got 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess that makes 12 and 13. So this is our color story. It's like, so we've got Forever Young, which is a really light kind of pinky color. Then we've got Burnout, which is kind of a reddy brown. Then we have Lady Strange, which is the pink shimmer. And then we have Excitable, which is the dark, well, the like bright purpley pink magenta kind of shade. And I think these are gonna go really well together. Let me just swatch them right next to my numbers here. So that's our first one, which doesn't come across very well. This is our second one, that's the deep brown. I have to say I'm nervous for the first 2 because I don't use those kind of colors ever, but I think they go well together. Then we've got our one shimmer. I told Amie that I was actually very afraid that I would get all shimmers because she got all shimmers in her latest roulette collab, and luckily I did not get all shimmers. And then we've got our last one, which is the bright magenta purple. So you can kind of see here that only 2 of these colors really show up that well. The first one is very much the color of my skin, just a little more pink. And then the shimmer is also kind of just the color of my skin, but a little more pink and shimmery. So let me go wash all this off and prime my eyes, and then I'll be back and we'll figure out what to do with all of this. But I can tell you right now, this is the blending shade. I'm gonna put that on first. Maybe I'll do a brown crease, pink lid, and then purple under eye, or maybe I don't know. I'll figure something out. Okay. My primer is on, my wrists are clean, and let's get into it. First, I am just going to take the first shade I rolled in, number 3, Forever Young, and put that in my crease, and we'll just chat. So, if you are new here, you might not know that my vision is really bad, and by really bad, I mean it's genuinely horrendous. So I'm gonna do my best while I have my glasses off to use my mirror, which I'm using the lid of the Sephora Wishing You palette because it has this really beautiful mirror on the other side. And I'm gonna try and not obstruct what I am doing for you. So first I'm just gonna, this is a very powdery formula, but I actually like powdery formulas. I think I'm gonna try and hold it like this. That way you can still see what I'm doing, I hope. But yeah, I have to hold the mirror very close to my face because my vision is genuinely so bad. So hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, wow, this shadow really doesn't show up. Let me just get a lot more on my brush. And instead of tapping out, I'm just gonna flick my wrist and hope more of it stays on. Oh, that's much better. Still not great, but better. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about was I just wanted to say that I am so excited about this collab. I'm just so excited because it's my first collab in a very, very long time. And if you try and look for any of my other collabs, you won't find them. They've been deleted from the internet because they happened when I was a teenager and early 20s. So I deleted all of my old content before I got into panning, just because I felt uncomfortable with, you know, having my life as a young adult and teenager. This shows up none. Shows up 0 amount. But I guess I'll just do it on the other side, have nothing on the other side, and figure it out. But yeah, I haven't done a collab in a really long time, and I also suffer with anxiety. And so Amie originally talked about how she was last year doing a palette bingo once a month, I believe. And she said she isn't going to be doing that anymore, but if anybody wants to do one, that she's open to it as long as she doesn't have to, you know, be the one to put it all in motion, make all the plans. So I thought, ooh, that would be fun. I should message her and see if she wants to do a collab with me. But I almost didn't do it because my anxiety, despite being on my meds, is still pretty bad, especially for new people. I always get that feeling, and if you have anxiety, I'm sure you know this feeling, where it's like, oh, they don't want to talk to me, or like, they only watch my videos because it's like they have to, or like they're just being nice, they don't actually want to spend time with me, and I'm just going to bother them. And one of the things about anxiety is that you have to just do things anyway, even if your inner voice is being a huge dick. This is so light. I don't think I should blend any. Maybe using a smaller brush. I have a smaller brush. Maybe that'll pack some pigment on. Maybe this, actually. This is a little more dense right at the top, more curved in. So it usually does good with putting a lot of pigment on. So I'll just dip into that and see how that goes. So yeah, I almost talked myself out of messaging Amie, but I ended up deciding to do it anyway, and I'm so glad I did because she is so sweet. I already knew that from her videos. Like, you know when you just see someone's content and you just know, you just have a feeling? That's how I feel about her. But it was very much proven right. She was so sweet. I feel weirdly very comfortable talking to her, which I don't usually around new people. She's just delightful. I'm really glad I did this. And it's funny too, because every once in a while I do something that reminds me how far I've come. Like, I've been mentally ill my entire life. I think that's all I'm gonna get from that. But I've been mentally ill my entire life. I'm just looking at this palette trying to figure out what I should do. I think I'm gonna use Excitable as my second crease shade and then use this in the outer corner, and then, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm actually just gonna take the same brush from before and dip that in Excitable. There we go. But yeah, every once in a while I do something that I wouldn't have been able to do when I was younger, or that I'm just like proud of, even though it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to anyone else. To me, these things, these little victories against my depression, anxiety, personality disorder, any of that stuff feels like such a win, because I know that I was too scared to do anything like this when I was growing up. When I was a teenager, there was no way I could have done this. And so it just makes me really happy. I'm very excited. This is also coming out on my birthday because I suggested, she said that she could do it in February because she had one already coming out soon, which was the last one she posted. And I was like, perfect, why don't we, if you don't mind, do it on my birthday, have it post on my birthday. So it's my birthday the day this is posting, which is also very exciting. But yeah, I get really excited for my birthday. That's my New Year's feels like nothing, and then my birthday, that's when I start doing all of my like goals. So I'm just tapping this. I always tap it right along my lash line and then out, and then start blending it in this way. I have a very particular way I always do these because of my hooded eyes that I just find most flattering. So when I lift my lid up, it looks kind of crazy, but then when I put it down, you can't see anything. So I just follow it right in here. Then I'll blend it out a little further. Oh my god, there we go, I can actually see now. And half the time when I do my makeup, I can't actually see really what I'm doing. This blends very nicely out. So if you wanted like a lighter look, this is actually a perfect palette. I don't like light looks, so this isn't a perfect palette, but we'll see if it's buildable. If it is, then it's still great for me. So I'm just gonna do the other side, and then I'll build up both sides at the same time. And usually I just rest this wrist on the other hand. I don't know why. I feel like I always get tired. My arm always gets tired doing this, so I just do it that way. See, I'm very, very pleased that I decided to actually message Amie. I'm very pleased with myself for going through with it, even though it scared the hell out of me, because that's what you gotta do when you have social anxiety and depression and personality disorders and general mental illnesses. A lot of time it involves, to get better, you need to just do the things you don't want to fucking do, just because you know that you should. And I'm pleased that I did it this time, because I am very excited to be making some YouTube friends. Speaking of YouTube friends, I am so excited about this year. I feel like I found so many new channels, or not new channels, but new to me YouTube channels. I'm just gonna grab this small blending brush. I'm gonna start with Excited, and then I'll probably use the same one with Burnout. So I'm just gonna use it in Excited. Because it's a smaller brush, it should get me some more pigment, because I love very pigmented looks. So I'm just gonna build that up even more. But yeah, I'm really excited because I found some people on YouTube this year that I didn't know about last year. Amie being one of them, Ruffney, Dora. and I followed them, and I've been starting to actually leave comments on people's pages, which is another thing that usually I don't necessarily do that much. Because on bigger channels, it's like, it feels like, what's the point? Like, the person's never gonna see it. Most people aren't gonna see it, but I've been trying to post comments anyway, just because, again, mental health work often requires you to just do things you don't necessarily want to do, and that's one of them. So I started commenting on some of these channels, and people started commenting back and following me back, and it's not everyone, and it doesn't need to be everyone, but it just makes me so excited. For the year, because I feel like I'm starting it off forming some like new friendships, which is really cool, because I'm not very good at making friends or keeping friends or just like being in friendships. I always want to be, but my social anxiety, among other things, make it often really difficult for me to maintain friendships, start friendships. So I'm very happy that I seem to be like working on making some more friends in the space, because I don't know, there could be so much community in this kind of space, and I'm excited to kind of, I don't know, I guess be a part of it in some way. Every time I get like a reply from a creator that like we mutually follow each other, I get so freaking excited. Every time they heart my comment or they comment on my stuff, I just like, it makes my heart pitter patter a little bit. I just get so excited and so happy. So far, I think so good. I'm gonna go back in with the lightest pink. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it like really show up, but I feel like it probably is gonna blend this out nicely. So I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit again. Yeah, I don't think you can really see it. I don't think you could ever really see it. What am I gonna do with the brown? That's my question. I feel like this brown, this like very earthy, reddy brown, is gonna be the easiest shade for some people in this palette, but I don't know what to do with neutrals. I think I might just do what people do with shades that they aren't necessarily comfortable with. Like, I've seen so many tanners be like, this shade's too bright for me, or it's too deep for me, which is never a problem for me because I love deep and bright shades. I'm just going to use this eyebrow pencil, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to use this eyebrow pencil and tightline it into my lower lash line, because I feel like that's how people use shades that they don't know what to do with. So that's what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, the shade for me I don't know what to do with is neutrals. Anything neutral, I'm always like, what do I do with you? If it was like brown and yellow, that would be a different story. But just a brown by itself with a bunch of pinks, don't have a freaking clue. Okay, this is gonna require the most concentration. I have like long ass eyelashes on the bottom half, and they drip down a lot, so I have to like stick my brushes up under them. It's quite a problem to have. I know ooh, there's an eyelash here. It's a very lucky problem to have, but it's still a problem. I smudge everything under my lower lash line. So I'm gonna try and tightline. We'll see how that goes. I'm not convinced it's gonna go well, but we'll try. I also have the shakes, so that doesn't help. The tight lining is going good. I think this is going to be my new tight lining brush because not that I tight line very often. Usually I'm just going ham. But this actually looks very cute so far. I'm so sorry if you can't see anything. I just really need to see what I'm actually doing. I think that's good enough, and we'll just do it on the other side. But yeah, I'm very excited for the year ahead. I'm very excited to get to know new people and get to know the people that I've, you know, just started to get to know a little bit from last year better, to like build some communities and some good spaces. And I feel like my year is just going to be good. At least as far as content is concerned. I can't predict anything else, but I feel like content-wise, I've figured out what I like to do with my content, which took me a long time. I figured out what I like posting. I have some plans to post more things than I used to. I actually really like this. I think that's so pretty so far. The only shade I haven't used is Lady Strange, and I don't necessarily want to use it on the rest of my lid, so I might use Lady Strange and then Cry on the inner corner. I know some people won't use anything but the shades they get, but I'm gonna dip into Cry as well. So I'm going to grab my glitter glue. I'll place that down, and yeah. But yeah, I believe earlier I was talking about the fact that I don't really do New Year's on New Year's. My birthday being February 15th, the day this comes out, my birthday being in February kind of means that, well, my birthday is very close to New Year's anyway. It's about a month and a half, obviously, away from it. And so I always feel like when everybody else is doing New Year's resolutions, usually I've forgotten because I don't like holidays that much, especially Christmas is a particular holiday I'm not super fond of. I know a lot of people love Christmas, but I'm not a Christmas girly. I'm not a girly at all, but I'm definitely not a Christmas girly. I'm more of Halloween kind of person. So usually I kind of forget about the holidays until other people start talking about them. So a lot of times I'll like not really think about New Year's that much. And then when everybody's talking after New Year's about their New Year's resolutions, that's when I start thinking about resolutions. And then I think about it until my birthday, and then I usually come up with some resolutions then. And it's usually like smaller resolutions and more of them. So one year when I was 20 or 21, I did 21 things to change while I'm 21, that kind of thing. And it was goals like read more books, get rid of toxic friendships. One year I had goals of like getting some new tattoos, which I got like 3 that year. Usually pretty much every year I have a goal of reading 12 books in the year, 1 book a month theoretically. Do I ever actually accomplish that? No. I'm gonna be honest, no. So I'm gonna go in with Lady Strange. I'm just gonna use my fingers because I always like using my fingers with shimmers. I don't know why, it just always seems to work for me. And then I'll use the brush to get into the inner corner. So it'll be things like read more books, which I'm rereading Hunger Games, and oh my god, Hunger Games held up so well. I was not expecting any YA to hold up well, but Hunger Games, I'm rereading it now, and it's just, it holds up, man. It like really holds up. It's really good. In fact, I think being older than I was when I first read it has made it just better, because I've lived in the world a little longer and I kind of see how the themes relate to real life in a more personal way, we'll say. Now I'm just going to take this into Cry, the shade up here, which is kind of like yellowy pink. It's so pretty. It's going to be so pretty on the inner corner. I'm someone who has worked minimum wage or close to my entire life, mentally ill, that kind of stuff. And so themes of like disparity, I'm also a queer person, as you know by the they them pronouns. So themes of like disparity and the ways in which, oh, that is so pretty. I don't know if you can see that. That's really nice. That's really nice. Then I'll blend those two colors into each other, but oh my god, that's crazy. It's so pretty. But those themes of like the ways in which we are held back by our oppressors are really interesting to me, more so as an adult than when I was young, because I've you know, I spend time thinking about those themes in my everyday life anyway. And so it just makes the whole thing even more interesting and fascinating. But yeah, they held up amazingly. Oh my god, this looks so pretty. I'm just gonna add a little more on my right side. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Okay. Oh my god, that was the sun. Then I'm gonna take Lady Strange again and just blend those two colors in so it's as much of a seamless transition as I can get. Yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh. Okay, my lower lash line has smudged and my face is officially covered in glitter. So last thing I'm gonna do before I finish up this look is, there's the one. I could not see it because again, vision's bad. I'm gonna go back into Excited, that purple one, and I'm just gonna reapply that and blend it into that shimmer, just tapping on over top. Blend this out, just make it more vibrant. I always do this, sorry, as my last step. And then I might actually go in with the brown again and just tap it back on. A lot of times at the end of my looks, I'll just do this where I'll go over all of the mattes. To make sure they're all as vibrant as possible. They haven't lost any of their impact, and to blend them into shimmers. That's genuinely so pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna clean off my face and I will be back to figure out blush, put on mascara, and that's it, because that's all the makeup I own. But this look turned out so pretty. I'm gonna have to use that pink shade a lot more because oh my god, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But It does make me think that when I do my Project Level Up, I'm probably going to get rid of Forever Young because it's so close to my skin tone and I don't really blend things out like that. But yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so wait. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so mascara is the last thing I'm going to do before I put my glasses back on, and then we'll do blush. I have two options on the side that are new. I've used both of them, but only once each. I need to replace this, but I have no money to do that right now. Oh, I got mascara all over my lower. That's okay. It'll just make my dark circles look darker, which I think it's just because I have something in my eye, and it's not the mascara. It was something before that. So I just keep blinking. Yeah, I'm gonna stop wiping that off because I'm clearly just gonna have mascara on me for a while. I'm gonna do the other eye, which I do not have something stuck in. I'm so happy that I decided to do the brown as a really tight line on my lower lash because it looks so cute, and it also, I'm just going to scooch over, it's also great because I have some browns and neutrals in my Pan That palette that I didn't really know what to use for. And now I know I can do this, and it's going to be great. So let me put my glasses on. There's still something stuck in my right eye. Don't know what it is. Fabulous. Love that for me. These are dirty. My glasses are always dirty, but these are, I think, especially dirty. I think I made them worse, but it's fine. It's fine. So I have two blushes. Like I said, they're new to me, and they're both from Menagerie Cosmetics. The Arthrine blushes. So I have the shade Persimmon, which looks like this, and they're both kind of pinky blushes, and this is the Arthrine Glow Blush in the shade Best Buds, which is pink with kind of like an orangey goldy shift. I think I might actually use this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to do it. It might not look good, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I got them when I got my Menagerie palette. I ended up getting the Indigo Ink palette. I think I said this in the video I recorded yesterday, but I kind of want to do a like 3 looks or 7 looks one palette. And I don't have a blush brush, so I'm just using this big ass eyeshadow brush I have. Really kind of digging in there. Then I'm just gonna, I guess I do have to take my glasses off. They kind of, okay, my glasses just fell, that's fine. Cover my face, so I'm just gonna, what kind of blush am I doing today? I think I might take it over the nose. Usually I do like a C, but I think I might just do like here to like here, like a short blush right over my nose. So I'm just gonna dot. 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 Take a little pigment off and just start, oh my god, that's a lot. Going to town, scrunching up my nose. Oh my god, this has gotten everywhere. This is a mess, a disaster. Oh my god, it really got into my nose. I feel like I need a real blush brush for these shades. Maybe I'll try with my fingers. I know most people don't use their fingers for blushes, but I might have to, because this just isn't working. Oh, that's how you get pigment. It's just not picking up well on that brush, probably because it's, again, not a blush brush. Do I like this? Is it pretty? I can't tell if there's some shimmer right here, and I can't tell if it's from the shimmery blush or if it's from the inner corner having fallen down a little bit. I can't tell if this looks crazy. I feel like it looks crazy, but then I look at myself in the mirror and stuff, like from, not this mirror, but I look at myself in like the bathroom mirror and in photos and stuff, and I feel like I can hardly ever see blush half the time. Does this look okay? I don't know. It might be one of those things where I put on my glasses and suddenly it looks less crazy because my glasses cover a bunch of my face anyway. No, I think that's cute. I don't know. Let me know. Do you think the blush is cute? Is it too much? Is it too little? I don't know. It feels crazy on my face, but that might just be because I'm not used to it. Because like in the camera, I don't think it looks crazy. I think it looks pretty cute, I think. And my boyfriend never seems to really notice when I'm wearing blush, so it leads me to believe either he's stupid, which I don't think he is, or it's not actually as intense as I feel like it is looking at myself close up. It might just be the like close-upness of it versus the far away. Here's the thing. I think this blush really makes my skin look textured, but I think that's like, I don't know, it's one of those problems that, oh my god, that was so bright. One of those problems that I don't know if is a real problem or if I'm just making it up because I'm seeing my skin so close. Like, can you guys see my pores? Probably not from back there. You'd have to be so close to my face to actually see that change. And I don't want anyone that close to my face, you know? I feel like the lighting's weird, but I don't know if it's just because I fucked up my glasses. Anyway, I can't even remember half of what I talked about in this video. I hope you enjoyed this, my very first palette bingo. Again, check out Amie in the description below if you haven't already, or if you're coming from their channel. Thank you so freaking much if you stayed till the end. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. I do Pan That Palette, I do Project Level Up, and I'm trying to get into doing more other types of content involving makeup and some not involving makeup. I'm hoping to do some music and book kind of content as well on this channel. Let me know if you have any ideas for me, and if you liked this look, I'll put a picture in too, because I know it's harder to see on camera, but I'll put a picture in. Let me know if you liked it. I'm so excited to see how Amie's video turns out and how her look turns out. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know how to end videos. I will see you guys probably in a week for my Pan That Palette. If you do choose to stay and subscribe, that should be out next week. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye.